Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 11 starts now.
It is known for its vibrant nightlife, and now this Metro Detroit community is making some big changes to help its struggling restaurants.
But we're going to begin with the COVID surge in Michigan, with 4,205 people now hospitalized with the virus in the state of Michigan. As we come to you at 11 tonight, that is higher than the peaks that we saw in December and April of last year.
And it comes as the FDA and CDC making the decision to pause the Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The daily case numbers continue climbing, 8,867 cases today. These numbers had Governor Gretchen Whitmer putting the state in lockdown last year, but so far her administration says it is hoping vaccinations will stem the tide of cases. And with one of the vaccines now out of rotation, the White House has turned down the governor's request for more vaccines. Our Mara McDonald is live downtown tonight. Mara, the governor did get some kind words out of the Biden White House tonight, though.
Kimberly, she did. You know, after kind of a rough day out of D.C. yesterday, where the CDC director said that the mitigation strategies we've got in place here in Michigan are not enough. There need to be restrictions, and there would be no extra vaccines coming. Well, tonight, a little love from the White House. Take a look.
We feel she's shown some serious grit, fight, and resolve. We're going to continue to work with her on how we can help address the uptick in her state and help deploy the resources we have available.
Kind words out of the White House for an ally, but it still doesn't mean Michigan will be getting a surge of vaccines. And now, with the Johnson & Johnson vaccine getting a pause, that's going to throw a wrench into vaccination efforts across the state, but especially at Michigan universities, which were heavily relying on the J&J vaccine. Dr. McGeorge says, stand by. Expect new guidance out of the feds shortly. They meet tomorrow.
Moving forward, there's likely to be clearer guidance on evaluating and managing this potential clotting complication, as well as recommendations on who should receive the vaccine given this potential safety concern.
The issue with the J&J is 6 cases of a rare blood clot have been found out of 6.8 million doses administered.
My daughter here from college, and that was the reason me getting the Johnson & Johnson, because it was one shot.
Just one more hassle in the quest to get a vaccine. Clinics are responding by offering the 2-dose Moderna or Pfizer options. Michigan is firmly at code red status as far as COVID goes when it comes to case positivity and hospitalizations.
All of the metrics that we follow to assess the severity of COVID spread are at an extremely concerning level in Michigan. Hospitalizations are most definitely on the rise. I've seen this personally in the ER and in the state reported data.
Back here live, you will remember that the governor is asking, not ordering, a 2-week pause right now for things like indoor dining, youth sports, as well as high school in-person classes. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
You're right. Okay, Mara, thank you. And here's what we know about those 6 cases. Doctors believe an immune response likely led to the blood clotting. The 6 women were all between the ages of 18 to 48, some of them having no pre-existing conditions. Symptoms included severe headaches, abdominal or leg pain, and shortness of breath within 2 weeks of vaccination. Tonight, the White House posting a video on social media with Dr. Anthony Fauci answering questions about why the pause of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine was needed.
There are a couple of reasons to do that. The first is to investigate this a bit further, and the second is to alert the clinicians out there when someone comes in with these types of symptoms to ask them if they have a history of a recent vaccination.
Dr. Fauci stressed the people who have already been vaccinated should not be worried because these have been very rare events. Our team at clickondetroit.com has been keeping up with the changes on vaccine supply and appointments. We update the list daily. In fact, hourly, it seems sometimes, on the homepage of clickondetroit.com. Tomorrow night, we're going to be answering your biggest questions about getting vaccinated. Hope you'll join us for our primetime special coming up at 8 p.m. here on Local 4.
An idea aimed at cultivating more customers for bars and restaurants is catching on all across the state.
The idea of carving out areas in a business district where people can legally take their drinks from one place and wander throughout from business to business. It's already happening in Northville and now coming to Royal Oak. And that's where Jason Colthorpe is live tonight with more. Jason.
Hey, Devin, the Downtown Development Authority here is sinking $200,000 into this idea to create this social district, which would basically turn downtown into get all the signage and walk space available. You still have traffic and everything. But the idea is to get more customers down here without increasing the 50% capacity inside bars and restaurants. Royal Oak is preparing for some more foot traffic.
I've been to New Orleans before, and I know they have it there, and it's awesome.
Coming soon, a social district. People get a drink in a marked cup and can stroll through Main Street and some side streets, connecting some 40 bars and restaurants.
It's a waiting game, and it's a little bit of a struggle every day.
Sandy Kish is the general manager at Lockhart's Barbecue. She expects this to be a huge help to everyone's bottom line.
People can get a drink with us when they get on our wait, and they can kind of walk around, especially in the summer, these nice nights, and then come back when their table's ready, and they don't feel like they have to just stand outside or sit in their car. The social district idea was approved by the state and is catching on fast in other communities.
It'll definitely be a hit with people.
And the regulars expect it to be a hit in Royal Oak as well.
And it gives us a chance to kind of be out and not have to worry about, oh, we have to make a reservation, or, oh, we have to wait 20 minutes to get a table. So I think it'll be great because, we'll be outside and don't have to worry about the whole COVID thing.
But for the summer, it's definitely going to be bringing a lot more people around in the area and people wanting to come around and do things like that. So maybe a seasonal thing, it'll be a big benefit for the city.
We'll have to plan a bar crawl.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Not that they needed another reason to do a bar crawl, right? 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week is what they're hoping. They hope to get this going in the spring, hopefully in May, ideally before Memorial Day. Back to you.
So then just a summer thing, most likely, Jason, or does it have longer aims than that?
Actually, I think they want to try and get this into next year. They have this set for that. They've already approved the outdoor dining spaces for restaurants and bars into April of next year, and they fully are expecting to try the social district into next summer as well. And of course, it all depends on what the atmosphere is like.
Exactly right. We'll keep watching. All right, Jason. Cool. Well, a man in his 70s is in police custody tonight after police say he shot an insurance salesman on his front porch in Inkster. Happened this afternoon on Helen Street, just west of Inkster Road. Investigators say when the salesman knocked on the homeowner's door, he was told to get off the front porch before being shot in the leg. Now, it's expected the salesman's going to be okay, but the homeowner has been arrested.
Police and the National Guard on patrol tonight in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, as protesters gather for a third night.
Curfew remains in place following 2 nights of violent protests. Kim Potter is the officer who police say accidentally shot and killed 20-year-old Dante Wright. She's resigned, as well as the police chief. Brooklyn Center's mayor says the resignations are just the beginning, and he's asked the governor for the state's attorney general to prosecute the case.
I'm hoping that this will help bring some calm to the community. Although, I think ultimately people want justice. They want, full accountability under the law. And so that's what we're going to continue to work for.
Despite criticisms that Potter has basically been denied due process, both her and the police chief's resignations from the department are effective immediately.
The NAACP and a coalition of other groups gathering in Lansing today to speak out against 39 voting bills proposed by Republican lawmakers. If passed, the bills would ban the state from sending out absentee ballot applications unless they are specifically requested by voters. Those who gathered in Lansing called the bills an effort to suppress the right to vote.
This is an attempt to keep people from voting because the sponsors of the bill don't like the way they're going to vote.
We are not going to stand by and allow these Republican legislators to take our vote.
Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey released a statement saying the legislative process has just begun and that he'll work across the aisle with his colleagues on these bills.
The House Committee on Education today approving a plan to require safety inspections in Michigan schools. The bill is known as Liliana's Law. It's been pushed by the mother of Liliana Kerr for several years. The 3-year-old girl was crushed to death by a falling table at a preschool in 2017. The table that killed her had been recalled and should have been removed from the school. The bill now needs approval from the full House of Representatives.
Still ahead, a controversial ruling is allowing a convicted murderer to walk free.
Why a judge is ordering the release of an Oakland County man linked to the deaths of his first and second wives. Hey, Ben.
Devin and Kim, we're entering our coldest part of the forecast starting tonight. Wait till you see some of these morning lows in your 4-zone forecast. That's next.
All right, Ben, but first, a Metro Detroit man was wrongfully arrested based on facial recognition technology, who he's now suing when we come back.